Good afternoon, family, and welcome to Talking After Dark. Glad to have you here with me today. So let's entitle this video, Have You Considered? You know, in the Bible they talk about Job, and Job tells the devil, have you considered my son Job? And the reason why he suggests that the enemy tried Job is because Job has been a faithful to God the whole time. Job has been just the ideal son. He has been about his business. He's been taking care of his family. He's been doing exactly what a man is supposed to do. But Job, like every other man, fell short. He fell short at a time where the enemy thought that this was the ideal opportunity for him to take advantage of Job and to do to Job what he thought he could. And in doing so, he thought that Job would just turn his back on God. So as what I'm about to say relating to the Job situation is, Job I consider to be a man of great wealth, of great opportunity and resources. And at some point in Job's life, he lost it all. He lost everything. So what if it so happened for you that your Job, your significant other, or your ideal candidate for your dating prospects was a Job? He had been in a great place in his life, and at some point in his life, he lost it all. He lost it all not so much to his doing, but because God offered him up. He offered him up to see if he would turn his back on him, to see if he would be useful to him going further. Well, Job did that. He proved himself worthy to be called the Son of God, because Job, in all his triumphs and tribulations, he stood the test of time. He denounced the enemy as he should, and he held on tight to God even more so as he went through all the debilitating things that would have destroyed the average person. So what I'm saying to you, man, woman, is that when you meet your mate may not be in the ideal place that you want them to be. But it doesn't mean that they won't get there or they can't get there, or together you guys can't produce great resources together. Don't consider the fact that the person that you're looking for is always going to come bearing all of the resources and all of the natural things that you think that you're going to need. We find out that when we sit around and wait around for a person who comes in the door just bearing all of the gifts and all of the glory that we anticipate them having in a mate, we find out that for the most part, those relationships don't work and don't last because they're built on resources. They're not built on great connectivity. They're not built on great love. They're not built on great history and faith with each other and love for each other. When you take your time and consider the person who may not be where you want them to be, but has all the potential in the world to be what you want them to be and need them to be in your life, that they will always be there for you, that they will never let you down, they will never turn their back on you, and they will serve you as the Lord will serve the church. They will be the most idealistic person for your life. But we don't consider that person because that person is not materially wealthy. That person does not have the resources that we think they ought to have or should have or that we want them to have. But given opportunity to give you what you say you want, why not consider that person who is everything but full of resources? Because at the end of the day, a relationship is not about what one person has or what you have or they have, but it's what you guys can collect together, what you can do together. For me, I would rather have somebody who didn't have all of that, but loved me the way I needed to be loved, who loved the Lord, who would care for me, who would be there for me, who would be my ride or die. And the same thing. It's not a one-sided story. It works both ways. All I'm saying to you is that consider Just consider that if you gave chance and opportunity to a person who had everything else that you wanted but the resources that you were looking for, consider what that might look like if you did something together, if you guys worked together, if you guys built whatever it is that you're looking to build in life, but you did it together. And ask yourself, would it be better for you to just hold out and wait for someone that's coming along to provide all of the resources that you think they ought to have or should have to make your life more complete and satisfying with materialistic values, but not the great things that matter the most? It's just something to consider. It's not to suggest anything one way or another. It's just something to consider, because those people that we pass by oftentimes because they're not financially astute or they're not in a great place of resources, they are just as valuable as the person that we think is just because they have resources. Resources are not supposed to make a relationship. They're supposed to help, and they do provide help along the way, and they take care of many of things that need to be taken care of. But in the grand scheme of things, are we just trying to take care of things, or are we really looking for the love of our lives? I don't know. Ask yourself that question. As always, subscribe, share, and just have a conversation, and by providing your comments along the way so that we can provide information to others who are in that pickle right now and considering what it is that they should do, or should they even consider something outside of what the great expectations are. Share, like, and consider.